It's not what you have to say about yourself or your product itself. It's what people believe they can count on from your product, right? It's your reputation in someone's mind, right? So if your marketing doesn't evolve as your company evolves, you're going to risk losing people and confusing them. Branding happens in 3 stages as your company grows. I want to show you the 3 stages and the most common mistakes that business owners make that act slowly kill trust and loyalty from their customers. People are buying because of Joe. They like Joe. He's a nice guy. He's easy to talk to. He gives them a sample of his salsa and it's actually pretty good, right? The core idea behind stage 1 branding is that the owner is the brand, right? What you really got to understand is that people have this place in their heart for the little guy, right? And so they see Joe who's working hard and he's making salsa and he's showing up at events and he's a likable guy. And they have this place in their heart that says, I want to help the little guy. They're not really even buying it because they like Joe. They're buying it for themselves because they want that to take that desire to help someone and act on it and fulfill that desire. And I'm going to tell you in a few seconds how you can turn this into actually collecting their info. They believe that it's Joe that's making the salsa, that's jarring it, that's doing everything, and that's going to call them. So never use the word we, always use the word I, because at this point it's important that your brand stays very personal. Joe's brand is now the salsa. So your brand in stage 2 is your product or your service. It's your core offering. It's what you sell. The salsa has become the brand. Even though they still like Joe and they still want him to make it, but what's happening in their mind is they bought it enough times and how they're associating the salsa with the brand, and they're associating the brand more with the product and how it fits into their life than they are with the owner. If Joe plays it small and shows up with the same rickety folding table and puts it in the same little jars with the crooked labels, what's going to happen is people are going to go, man, I've been believing in this guy, but he hasn't grown much. If Joe grows, it's going to have the opposite effect, right? If people see a nicer setup, bigger banners, they see the recipe book, they see that Joe is really ramping this thing up and he's taking the ball and run with it, they're going to feel like their investment is paid off. Like they believed in this guy. Hey, anybody that's got an old jar of salsa or a picture at one of my old setups, bring it down and I will give you a free jar of salsa, or I'll put you in our VIP club where you get 20% off or something like that. People walk into a supermarket, they trust that supermarket to sell brands that aren't going to poison them and kill them or be, or taste awful. Right? You're borrowing trust. You're borrowing their trust and say, hey, if you will put me on an end display and run a special promotional so that people know that my brand is good, anybody that's never tried it, that's never met me, then here's what I'll do for you. And he works out a deal with them. When you pay for an Apple computer, it's much more expensive, but everything, even down to the box, feels nice. Feels like you look at the box, you look at how beautiful it is, how well it's packed, and the message that sends is, wow, if Apple takes the time to make sure that their computer's got to be worth the extra money, because they must be putting that same time and attention and care into their computer. So in stage 3 branding, reputation is everything, and you are asking people to trust you based on someone else's reputation or based on what they already trust. People want to feel safe when they're buying a product, right? They won't take the chance that something might be better. They'd rather stick with what they know they can trust. And in stage 3, you're protecting that trust, right? But they're all about trust. And so if you're in stage 1, go ahead and lean into who you really are and what you bring to the marketplace and how you bring it. And and show people that they can trust you to continue to do that. If you're in stage 2, you've got to level up. As your business grows, people are going to trust when they see your level of professionalism grow, right?